Welcome back to Up the Villa podcast. Bit of natural lighting means that the weather's getting better anyway. So, the weather is all good at the minute. Hopefully, it can stick around till Saturday. So, we go to Villa Park in glorious sunshine, and we see that Villa Park pitch in all its glory. So, this is our predicted lineup for Aston Villa v Newcastle United. And the preview with Josh, a view from the stands, was really, really good. It's gone down really, really well. So, thanks everyone for sharing your thoughts. But predicted lineup time. So let's have a little look at what I expect from Aston Villa, tactical wise. I'll give my thoughts on what my lineup is. So you can go ahead to our website, utvpodcast.co.uk, input your lineup, share them on social media, or you can just comment in the comment section what you think of my lineup. So share the screen with you now then. So in the match preview, we really spoke about the box midfield, and I think that this is one of the most crucial areas on the pitch on Saturday. I think this box in midfield with your double pivot and your two in front that sit in front of them at times, that occupying that space is so important to navigating past the Newcastle United midfield. Newcastle are going to play a three in midfield. It works really well. It's very physical. Joelinton is a willing runner. He offers movement in a transition as well. I think that's one of the things I think Newcastle have been really, really good at this season is attacking on the transition. So counter-attacking. They've got runners that break through the lines. They're really good at finding those players that are in the transition with a Gomes on the ball, with a Trippier on the ball as well. So it's a really good functioning team that Newcastle have got, and they are very, very dangerous. So it's important that all areas of the pitch we've got covered. And Unai has been studying Newcastle United all week. So I think that box midfield is very, very important. But I also think Josh made a great point about when we move to our compact four, we've got the midfield wing backs of a Ramsey and a McGinn as well, if they're the ones that are going to be playing. So it could potentially look a little bit like this. We've seen it against Chelsea recently. We've seen it against Leicester, is that when we really need to just defend a little bit, we have our midfield wing backs that come in and sit in. We then have a three in midfield. So the three covering the back six, and then we'll have Watkins up top. So I wouldn't be surprised if we see something like that at times, just when we're having to just dig in a little bit and we need to hold our shape, defend a spell, because I do think that each team are going to have momentum spells in the game. So I think when we're having a spell of Newcastle having a little bit of the ball, I think that it'll look like this. It's not too defensive when we do this because it's just our shape. It's just how we defend. It's not necessarily a formation. It's just a way in which that we defend. So, we can break really quickly when we have to, when we are in this shape. And I think this is one of the things that gives me a lot of confidence about Unai Emery, is that we don't just play with a rigid formation. We're not just a 4-4-2. We're not just a 4-2-2-2. We've got all of these little intricate formations which we can just at any moment in time just switch to. And I think that just shows how well our team has been coached. So I think those are some of the things that we are going to see as well. I do think that defending corners, I think the two players that really don't really ever mark players, such as Mings and Watkins, I think they have got to make sure that they're still doing what they do best off corners and make sure that they're hitting their first contacts. I think that's really important with the height and the size of Newcastle United. We don't really want to be giving any cheap free kicks away, especially in and around these type of areas where Trippier can get a good delivery. And so nothing around that area. I think that's going to be really, really important as well. So I'm expecting a battle. I'm expecting a tough game. So bring it on. I'm starting to look forward to it now as the week goes on. So yeah, it will be a box midfield. It will look like this at times. It'll look like that at times. It'll potentially look like that at times. So we've got all these different formations that we play, these different variations. So be prepared for this to be a bit of a tactical battle, especially. I think Emery might have some little things up his sleeve as well. So yeah, so let's get into it then. So Martinez in goal. His distribution has been good recently. I've been critical at times about his distribution, especially at the start, but he's got 10 times better for me. So yeah, I think Martinez knows exactly what he's got to do. Defense, then we're going to go with Mings and Konsa. Again, both of them have looked absolutely tremendous in recent weeks. I can't praise them enough. They've looked that good, back to their best. Their ball playing ability is just spot on, in my opinion. So they're playing really, really well at the minute. We're going to go with Alex Moreno, who looks like he really has settled and adapted into the Premier League now. He's looking a first-class fullback. He's going forward really well. He's defending well. So I think he's looking really, really good. I think his role in this game is going to be important as well. Again, we think we know that that's what it's going to look like at times. So we've got to be really careful that we don't have any Newcastle players popping in that position on transition, because I think they will try and look to set us some traps. So, down there, right-hand side is really, really strong at the minute. So, Trippier is going to be playing down there. You've got Murphy will be playing down there. You've got Isaac might want to kind of drop into that pocket there as well. So I do think that when we are attacking, we've really got to watch that this isn't too high and they're not hitting us on a break or a transition. So Moreno's got big job going forward. He's got to attack Trippier, but he's also got to make sure that he's looking that way and it's nice and solid as well. On the opposite side, we're not really sure where Cash is. Cash should be back around now, I think so. Yeah, it'll be good to have Cash back, but I think it might be a game too early. So we're going to stick with Ashley Young again. Rolls Royce of a fullback just keeps running, doesn't he? So what more can you say about Ashley Young? But again, I think he's one that really steps up in these battles, really shows the aggression. He's one of those where he's got that right personality for this game, because he will graft, he will do a little bit of shithousery, he will get stuck in, he will stick it on the opposition. And I think when you've got players in your side that are like that, it sort of raises everybody else's game and gets them up for it as well. So, he's a great one to have in this dressing room, because he'll get the lads fired up for this game. So in this double pivot role, we are going to make a little tactical change. I did mention Dendoncker in the preview. A lot of you were mentioning Chambers, but I really do feel like this is a game for Dendoncker. Just got a vibe. I've just got a vibe of his presence, of his physicality, of his know-how. He's an international player for Belgium, so he's a real good big time player. So hopefully we can see the best out of Dendoncker in this game, because I just think his awareness is key. He's played this role majority of his career, and I just want his tactical know-how in this game. Sniff out danger, have a physicality, put a tackle in, win the ball for us and get us driving forward. So for me, Dendoncker takes his position. Next to Dendoncker will be Dougie Luiz. I think he's absolutely playing fantastically well for Villa at the minute. He's pretty much, I think he's my player of the season so far. I think he's come on leaps and bounds. He's got better and better. He slows the pace of the game down. He speeds the pace of the game up. He knows the right passes. He knows where everybody is. He sniffs out the danger. His recoveries are really good. His tackles are good. His aerial duels are looking good as well. So I'm just loving Douglas Luiz. And I just think in this game, Dendoncker sitting, I think it can really help us. So either side of that, I am going to go with, I think McGinn's better on the right, I think. I'm going to go with McGinn, and we're going to go with Jacob Ramsey. These two have got big games in front of them, especially Ramsey. I think Ramsey's got a big game. We need to see those progressive carries going down there. That is what we need to see. We need to see him getting on the ball. We need to see him helping out. We need to see him getting stuck in. We really need to see a big game from Ramsey. McGinn, I think he's better further forward. I think he's so much better in this role, whether he's going forward, tucking in, whether he's having to come in and tuck in there a little bit. I think McGinn has got a big job on his hands as well in this game to sort of help out that midfield. Just do what McGinn does, get stuck in, get that butt stuck in, get them butt rolls going, get them little rolls and the passes going. So I think McGinn's got a big game in front of him for this one. I'm going to go with Emi Buendia in this role as well. I think it helps that if we've got a Dendoncker or we've maybe got Kamara back, we haven't even spoke about Kamara, but if he's potentially back as well. But I do think it will be that. And then I think Buendia, popping up in this role, popping up on the wing, moving around here, playing through balls, having a good link up, some good triangles with Ashley Young, McGinn, and the triangles through that area. So we really want to see a really good passing network as well. And then I think we'll go with the main man up top, absolutely in form, in a real purple patch for Villa. He's going to pose Newcastle massive problems. And he's just banging form, isn't he? He's scoring goals. He's scoring goals late on now. So, yeah, I'm really loving Watkins. I think he's fantastic, to be fair. So that's my lineup. Just to run over some things, I think this box midfield is going to be really important. I think don't be surprised to see us going into something a little bit like this at times. And then you've got that three in the middle as well. So it could potentially look a little bit like that. And then you'll have Watkins up top. So loads of different variations. Unai might throw a little bit of a spanner in the works. We don't know. He might just go with something completely different, something that we've not seen before, and kind of throw Newcastle a little bit. But I'm really looking forward to it now as the game sort of gets nearer. I'm really looking forward to it. So that's my lineup for this game. Be sure to share your teams on social media. We are going on a USA tour as well. We have been included in the Premier League's American tour, which is really good for us to go and establish ourselves in that part of the world. Interestingly, Leeds United have been chucked out of it because they're too close to the relegation zone. So Villa are going on a pre-season tour in America. So that's going to be really good. We'll have our press conference will be out on Friday. And then we'll have all of our usual content out over the weekend as well. So keep the positivity going. Thanks, everyone, for watching. Up the Villa.